Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the very beautiful members' room here at the Library of Congress Jefferson Building. My name is Richard Louie. I'm an anchor over at NBCU News Group, and I'm very honored to be here with all of you on this historic day, on this historic occasion, for what I, and just like all of you are, extremely excited about. This is something I think we will remember for many days and many years to come. The ceremonial swearing in of the commission to study the potential creation of a National Museum of Asian, Pacific, American history and culture. Thank you all for being here today. Do feel free to clap and make noise as we go along throughout today. I think members are known to have a good time once in a while as well, even though we're here in the members' room. You know, today we're here to witness an amazing moment, one that acknowledges not only the legacy of the Asian Pacific American experience, but also the great future we all hold together in front of us today. The Asian Pacific American experience is something that we share in what we do and what we celebrate. It's a legacy that is part of our rich American story. To begin our program, please all rise, if you're able, and join us in the singing of our national anthem, performed by the incredibly talented and American Idol finalist, Reno Anoa Ai.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Reno, please be seated. Now, to officially open this afternoon's proceedings, we are very honored to hear from two congressional leaders who really need no introduction. Both have been instrumental in ensuring that there is strong bipartisan support for this commission that we are swearing in today and its important work ahead. Please now turn your attention to the screens we have here in front of us for a special video message from Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Join you all today in person, but I can assure you that this commission is in very, very good hands. I was honored to appoint my good friends Michelle Steele and Rodney Davis to lead this charge on memorializing and celebrating Asian Pacific American history and culture on the National Mall. As we approach 250 years of our great nation, we continue to strive to ensure that the vast scope of American history is honored and remembered. And Rodney and Michelle will be excellent stewards of this mission, just as they were as members here in Congress. Congratulations to you both, and thanks for working so hard to preserve culture, heritage, and values. God bless.
Thank you, Speaker Johnson. And now please join me in welcoming House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries to the stage.
Good afternoon. What an honor and a privilege to be here on this glorious occasion with all of you. Thank you, Richard, for presiding in such an extraordinary way. And of course, let me acknowledge my colleagues who are here. The great Judy Chu, the chairperson emeritus of KPAC, who's an extraordinary leader. Of course, Ted Lieu, who's the vice chair of the House Democratic Caucus, making him the highest ranking leader, Asian American leader in the history of the United States House of Representatives. So we're so thankful for Ted and Bobby Scott, who's a phenomenal leader, of course, and the once and future chair in our estimation of the Education and Labor Committee. Also want to acknowledge my Republican colleagues who are here. Of course, Burgess Owens serves on the Judiciary Committee from Utah, as well as Michelle Steele, who represented the great state of California, and Secretary Chow, who is with us here today and served this country ably as the Secretary of Transportation. It is an honor indeed to be here with all of you as we celebrate the swearing in of this commission to study the creation of an urgently needed museum that reflects the history, the culture, and the contributions that the AA-NHPI community have made to the United States of America. Let me also, of course, thank my good friend, she's in Appropriations Committee right now, but Grace Meng, who's the current chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, for her leadership. She did a remarkable job on this effort, and it was her bill that was signed into law to help bring us through this moment. Let me thank the Bipartisan Commission for your presence and for the important work that you will be doing to stand up this urgently needed museum. I'm proud to have named Dennis Chang to the commission, who is a principled public servant, and know he will be key to ensuring that the commission's work reflects the totality of this wonderful community's experience in America. Now, 3 long years after Rep. Meng and her legislation became law, we are finally taking the next step toward bringing the National Museum of Asian Pacific American History and Culture to life and treating the AA-NHPI journey in America with the dignity and respect that it deserves. This museum, of course, is needed now more than ever, as we know that some have targeted books about the AA-NHPI community, banned in libraries and schools, and we've also seen a rise in anti-Asian hate throughout the last several years, and xenophobia in this country. And that's never what America should be about. Our country's great motto, of course, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, reflects part of what has made this country an exceptional nation. We are a gorgeous mosaic of people from all across the world. And at every juncture in our journey, in our history, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have left an incredible mark on the fabric of America. Preserving this community's history is not a Democratic issue or a Republican issue. It's an American issue because your history is American history, and we want to share it with the country and the world, never to be forgotten. And so in closing, the Smithsonian, of course, is our nation's premier institution dedicated to the increase and diffusion of knowledge and to preserving American history and culture, and the contributions of every community that have made America an exceptional nation. And so establishing this museum is part of a continuing commitment to ensure that the entire American story is told. And in this instance, anchored in the powerful life experiences, accomplishments, and contributions of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. We've come a long way in America toward building an inclusive country, but we know we still have work to do. And today, this ceremonial swearing in of the commission, this next phase of this great work, is part of that journey. Congratulations. Thank you for the work that you have done and what you will do. God bless each and every one of you. God bless the effort to bring this museum to life, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Thank you so much, Leader Jeffries, for your comments. It is now my great pleasure to introduce a true trailblazer for our community with so many firsts and onlys in the history of the United States. Somebody has done so many things, a list as long as the day and the summer goes, as they say. She has served as the 24th U.S. Secretary of Transportation, the 18th U.S. Secretary of Labor, and the first Asian American woman ever appointed to a presidential cabinet. A true servant leader, a friend of all of us. Please welcome Secretary Elaine L. Chao for her special remarks.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it so much. My dad appreciates it. It's great to join you for this wonderful occasion. It's a historic occasion. Indeed, I think of the Asian culture and heritage more than any others, I believe, put an emphasis on ceremonies and on rites of passage. And this is what today is. It's a rite of passage. And it's the establishment of a real institution that's going to help create and study the feasibility of creating an Asian American museum of culture and history. And I'm so glad to be here with you. Support is very important, especially congressional support, and support from the rest of our community. So I want to thank Speaker Johnson for giving us his remarks, and I want to especially thank Leader Jeffries for being here in person. We also have Congressman Ted Lieu, Congresswoman Judy Chu, they're over there. And then we also have Congressman Burgess Owens, who from Utah, who came in as well, and Congresswoman Marietta Miller Meeks. And then I also saw, Senator Andy Kim, first Asian American senator from definitely New Jersey, but a long time since we've had one in the whole nation, so thank you, Senator. And then also I want to mention some activists who have been with our community for such a long time, and that's Ambassador Julia Chang Block, the first Asian Pacific American U.S. ambassador in our country's history. Ambassador Julia Chang Block. And we also have Irene Natividad, who I remember has been such a stalwart for empowerment of women, and especially Asian Pacific American women. So Irene, thank you so much for being here. And then we have Ed Moy. Hey, listen, if you're a Republican, you don't get into the White House until you see Ed Moy. So Ed, great to see you. And I understand that Congresswoman Young Kim is here as well, Congresswoman from California, and we thank you all so much for all that you do. After having thanked all these people, I now have to thank the people who are actually going to do the work. So let me first thank and also congratulate the commissioners' co-chairs, Jay Shu and Chilling Tong. And Jay had a personal, may I say, had a personal tragedy in his family, and he traveled all the way back from Asia just to be here. So I want to thank Jay and Chilling for assuming this leadership role. Both of you have exemplified service to our community, thus making you trusted leaders in working with all of us on this effort. That's very special. And I want to thank the commissioners for serving on the commission. It's going to be a lot of work. Congresswoman Michelle Steele, Congressman Rodney Davis, thank you both for your service to our country. We also have Tina Wei Smith, Joanne Kwong, Dennis Chen, Kevin Kim. As the speaker and also the minority leader mentioned of the House, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the founding of our country, it is timely to remember that Asian Pacific Americans helped build this country. From the Chinese laborers who laid the tracks of the Transcontinental Railroad, which made America the economic powerhouse that it became, to the Japanese American soldiers of the 442nd Regiment who served heroically in World War II, even while their families were unjustly interned at home. Then we also talk about APA doctors, nurses, astronauts, scientists, inventors, Nobel Prize winners, military leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, Olympians, performers. The contributions by our community are vast, diverse, and deeply inspiring. The Commission will work to not only explore the feasibility of a museum, it will help to fill a gap in our national narrative. It will ensure that the American story reflects the full spectrum of the people who shaped it. A national museum dedicated to Asian Pacific American history and culture will not only preserve and celebrate the contributions of Asian Pacific Americans, AANHPI, that's more than a lot, it's a mouthful to say, to the building of America today, but this museum will also educate and foster greater understanding of the Asian Pacific American community, especially during these times of increasing anti-Asian sentiments, violence, and discrimination. So today is a wonderful day in which we commemorate those of our own. And I also want to say this museum can be a place where Asian American youths can see themselves and feel pride in where they came from, and also feel inspired in where they can go. And most importantly, this museum would bring all Americans closer together by showing how our stories intersect and how much we share in common. So this journey, I'm going to have to warn everyone, is going to take time. But it begins with this commission, and it begins with all of us today. So congratulations again to not only the chairs and the co-chairs and the commissioners, but all of us too, in that we are seeing this new chapter unfold. We look forward to the commission's work in the months ahead, and also to the day when all of us can walk together through the doors of a national museum that proudly tells the story of Asian Pacific Americans. One last thing, I came this morning from New York, and I just came from California, then to New York, and I'm gonna have to rush back to New York. But there was no way I was gonna miss this. So I may not have time to say hello to every single one of you, which is what I always love to do, because I'm gonna have to rush. But please know that our hearts are together on this very special day, and I'm so honored to be here with all of you. Thank you. Now, and Richard, I think we're gonna get the congressman here, right?
Amazing.
Okay.
Madam Secretary, thank you for those amazing words, and please do stay on stage, and we're going to get to work. This is the fun stuff. Well, all of it was fun, but it's getting funner, as they say, in very few spaces. Secretary Chow, as you stay on the stage, I would like to invite House Democratic Caucus Vice Chair Ted Lieu, another great servant leader, to join us on stage. They will co-lead the ceremonial swearing in of our commissioners today. Now, the bipartisan commission is composed of 8 members. You've heard their names incited and mentioned several times so far. They were appointed by a group of bipartisan congressional leadership, including the Speaker and Minority Leader of the U.S. House of Representatives. You saw the remarks earlier, and the Majority and Minority Leaders of the U.S. Senate as well. And we are honored to have 7 of our 8 commissioners here in person with us today. So now you get to meet them. Are you ready? Yes. That's the laughter applause sign that I'm putting up for you. We are honored to now please welcome on stage. As I call your name, please do come up and stand next to the secretary as well as the representative. First off, our 2 chairs of the commission. Dr. Jay Su from California, who is the Director Emeritus, Asian Art Museum of San Francisco. Ms. Chiling Tong from Maryland, who is the President and CEO, National Asian Pacific Islander American Chamber of Commerce and Entrepreneurship. And now the Commission's Vice Chairs. Ms. Joanne Kwong of New York, who is the President, Pearl River Mart. Ms. Tina Way Smith of Kentucky, who formerly served as the Executive Director of the White House Initiative on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders under the first Trump administration. Our remaining bipartisan commissioners, the Honorable Michelle Steele of California, former U.S. Representative of California, 45th Congressional District. Mr. Dennis Cheng of New York, former White House Deputy Political Director under the Biden-Harris administration. Mr. Kevin Kim of New York, former Commissioner of New York City Department of Small Business Services. Our last commissioner, but not the least, as they always say, the Honorable Rodney Davis, who formerly served as the U.S. Representative for Illinois, 13th Congressional District, is unfortunately on a business trip and sends his regrets that he is unable to be with us today. So, without further ado, over to the swearing in.
Okay. We may actually repeat this routine, depending on how we do. We will now administer the oath. I'm going to say 2 sentences, and then Congressman Lieu is going to say 2 sentences, and then we're going to say the last sentence together. So I will start.
You should raise your hand.
You should raise your right hand and say, I state your name,
I, Jay Shu,
will support and defend
will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
the duties of our office that I'm about to enter.
So
Help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Who have given us their time, and we are so thankful to join us today to give and offer some brief remarks and congratulations to the commission. And we will start with U.S. Senator Andy Kim, who made history, as you know, as the first Asian American to represent the state of New Jersey in the U.S. Senate.
Thank you, everyone. I'll focus on the brief aspect of that, keep it a little short. But look, I'm just excited to be here with all of you. So many friends, so many of us that have been trying to get to this moment for a long time. This recognition that our story is not just an Asian American story, it is fundamentally an American story. And that we have every bit as much right to have that story told through the means of a museum in this beautiful city, and to be able to make sure that we are a part of that fabric of this nation, not just for our kids, not just for our community, not just for the country to be able to learn and educate. But the thing that I think about a lot is about the test of time. That very few times in Congress do I have the opportunity to participate in building something that will last after my lifetime. To be able to tell this story going forward, to be able to connect the lineage from the first that have come to our nation to those going forward in perpetuity for as long as our union and our nation is together. That is a remarkable experience, one that I hope all of us take pride in, and I'm really proud to be a part of this. So thank you, everybody, and just so happy for us to be able to celebrate this. Onwards we go. Thank you, everyone.
So from one history maker to another, now please welcome Congresswoman Judy Chu.
Thank you. Well, I am thrilled to congratulate all the commissioners on your historic appointment to the Commission to Study the Potential Creation of a National Museum of Asian Pacific American History. I also want to give a special thank you to the Commission's Executive Director and my former staff member, who was the Executive Director of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, Crystal Kai. I am just so thrilled you get her expertise. And of course, we wouldn't be here without our Congressional Asian Pacific Caucus Chair, Grace Meng, who for 10 years led legislation to begin the process of establishing a national museum that will finally tell our community's rich and diverse stories. Our nation needs a museum that will educate Americans about AANHPI communities' histories, immense contributions, and our vibrant cultures. After all, our AANHPI community is not a monolith. We are composed of over 50 racial subpopulations, and we speak hundreds of languages. Each of our Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Southeast Asian, South Asian, and East Asian communities has a unique culture, and each has played a unique role in our American history. So the story of our country, as told by our national museums, must reflect that indelible role in our history. And I come at this from a unique perspective. I'm actually the Democratic lead on the Smithsonian Women's Museum, and I work closely with our Republican lead, Congressmember Nicole Maliotakis. That museum has finally been authorized in law. The Friends of the Women's Museum has raised over $60 million. Now our bill is to ensure that that women's museum is on the reserve of the Smithsonian, you know, right in the main area of the Smithsonian. So one thing I want to say to all of you commissioners, make sure that when you have the authorizing bill, that it also directs that it's on the reserve, so you don't have to do it twice. This is valuable advice. So it's been a long road for the Women's Museum, but finally it is on its way. And I know with these wonderful commissioners that we have here today, that you will make sure that this museum becomes a reality. So I look forward to continuing to work with the commission to use our collective voices to loudly say AANHPI history is American history. Congratulations again to all our new commissioners, and I cannot wait to see the impact that you have in the years to come.
Warm welcome for Congresswoman Young Kim.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I, too, want to echo all the accolades and congratulations to the newly installed members of the commission. I know this is because of the legislation that we worked on so hard, and I want to thank Judy Chu, Grace Meng, and my fellow colleagues who actually made this a reality. And I remember the day when we were all invited to the White House for the bill signing ceremony that really kick-started the process of appointing the commissioners. And I see the 8 of you, minus Rodney Davis, who is with us in spirit. I know the work ahead is very challenging, a lot of work that needs to go into planning and making sure that this actually is feasible when you put together the study so that you can come back to Congress and we can actually continue to assist you in this effort. And the reason why this is so important is, in the United States, there are 24 million Asian Americans, and that's nearly 7% of America's population. So this number has doubled over the last 20 years, and I know these numbers and our impacting communities across the nation will continue to grow into the future. So that's throughout the United States. In the state of California, where I'm from, it's a home to the largest Asian American populations in the nation with over 7 million. And that's about 20% of our state's population. And let's further break it down to my district, Congressional District number 40 in Southern California. This is home to nearly 20% Asian American as well. And I know and see firsthand every day the amazing Asian American making their mark and chasing their American dream. Many of us share a similar background, traditions, the culture, the heritage, but our stories are unique and where they are diverse also, as Senator Andy Kim and many mentioned. We are not monolith community. So our stories deserve to be told in our nation's capital. That is why I'm so excited for each of these commissioners who will get to the work to see if we can make an Asian Pacific American museum, and I'm proud to advocate on your behalf in Congress. So get to work. Your job also requires fundraising, doing feasibility study. So I know you're going to be knocking on many, many people that you know using your personal network, and let's get this done. I would love to look forward to the day that we can all come back and actually do the grand cutting, ribbon cutting ceremony. So thank you so much for the time and effort and the leadership that you will be providing to this wonderful work that you are doing as commissioners. Thank you for having me.
Thank you to all the members that were here and able to celebrate with the commission and celebrate again their swearing in today. Also wanted to thank, as you saw on stage earlier, Congressman Burgess Owens from Utah, District 4. As you saw earlier, Congressman Bobby Scott from Virginia, there in District 3. Also want to recognize, as you heard earlier, Ambassador Catherine Tai, who is here today with us. Ambassador Julia Chang Block, who is also with us to celebrate, as well as former U.S. Mint Director Ed Moy, who is also here today with us. I also have a special video remark, also of congratulations to the commission. from Congresswoman Aumua Amata Coleman Radewagen from American Samoa. Please, your attention to the screen.
From the beginning, I've been delighted to support and co-sponsor efforts for the study and creation of our Asian Pacific American National Museum to honor the heritage and culture of our peoples and our place in American history. I'm so happy once again to send my greetings and well wishes from American Samoa on the occasion as you reach and celebrate a milestone in this important effort. And I want to say a special thank you to everyone involved in this point, especially my friend Tina Way Smith, and now the Commission who will take on this work. It will mean a great deal to millions of Americans over the years to come, including our Asian and Pacific Islander young people. Thank you. God bless your efforts. God bless America. So for Maria.
All right, so what do these commissioners actually sound like? What are they going to say when they're debating and fundraising? It was said a little bit earlier. It's going to be so much fun. How will they do it? What are their thoughts? Well, you get to hear them first. At this time, I'd like to welcome up the commission chairs to share a few words with us today. We will start to hear from a good friend of mine, Dr. Jay Su. So let's welcome him back to the stage.
I certainly know I won't sound as good as Richard. He has this impeccable voice. And I'm so very touched by the inspiring support and the commitment of our elected officials. Your trust, your confidence, your support will make it happen, and we're going to do the work. Good afternoon. It is a profound honor to stand here today at the Library of Congress, a beacon of our nation's shared knowledge and culture, to mark the beginning of this historical journey. I want to begin by expressing our deepest gratitude to the members of Congress who made this possible. Congresswoman Grace Mann, whose tireless leadership and vision brought this idea from resolution to reality. Speaker Mike Johnson and Leader Hakeem Jeffries for their bipartisan commitment to preserving the diverse stories that make up the American experience. And to all of the members of Congress on both sides of the aisle for their tremendous support to make this work possible. We're also deeply honored by the presence and the encouragement of Secretary Elaine Chao and the House Democratic Caucus Vice Chair Ted Lieu, who led our swearing in today. Their trailblazing careers have inspired generations of Asian Pacific Americans. Their support today underscores the importance of our mission. As chair of this commission, along with Commissioner Chilin Tong, I carry a deep sense of purpose. Our task is not only to study the potential for a national museum, but to ensure that Asian Pacific American stories, so long overlooked, are recognized as an integral part of the American narrative. From early immigrants who built railroads to artists, entrepreneurs, public servants, and pioneers in every single field, Asian Pacific Americans have long shaped the fabric of this great nation that we call home. This commission represents a rare opportunity to engage communities, scholars, and stakeholders all across the nation and to explore how we might build a museum that reflects the complexity, resilience, and the richness of the Asian Pacific American experience. In the months ahead, we only have 16 months. We will engage communities across the country, consult experts and cultural institutions to shape a thoughtful, community-informed roadmap for what a national museum could become. Let this day be a day of commitment to thoughtful inquiry, community-led vision, and a lasting impact. This is an important moment, and I'm personally deeply honored to share it with all of you. Now I'd like to introduce my fellow chair of the commission, Ms. Chillington, to provide her remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Before my remarks, I want to introduce you a very significant person in my life, my husband, Joe Zaba. He currently is a vice chair on the Amtrak Board of Directors. If you have any problem with Amtrak, you can talk to him. And also because as my spouse, a lot of time he doesn't have time to see me, and sometimes we just see each other at this kind of event. And also I want to thank all the spouse of commissioners. Probably you are not able to see your spouse for the next 16 months. I want all the spouse of commissioner, please stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. All the spouses of commissioners, please stand up. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much for your support. On behalf of the commission, I want to thank you for joining us as we launch this historical journey. This is not only our story, this is American stories. And I'm just so grateful our fellow commissioners, and especially our new executive director, Crystal Kai. She got a cold during her trip here, and she only slept about 1 hour last night. And she's still able to accompany all the meetings with us. And with all the dedicated volunteers. When I walk in, I saw like 20 people there. I said, who are they? They said they're all volunteers. So I'm just so impressed with her leadership and also the insight of commissioners, what they can bring to this commission. And again, special thanks to Congressman Grace Mann and for introducing the bill and leading this through the finishing line. And also Secretary Chow, Secretary Chow has been engaged so much with the commission, more than you can imagine. Every week she asks us how's the progress, what she can do to us, to help us. It's just amazing, what she has done to us. And of course, Congresswoman Judy Chu, Vice Chair Ted Lieu, and all other members of Congress. We just extremely, as Jay said, we are so touched by their support. Have you ever seen any kind of bipartisan like this in Washington, D.C.? We are the only one this commission can bring both Republican and Democrat member of Congress together and all the community together. Let's give them a round of applause. We really need your help. As Congresswoman Young King mentioned that, fundraising. You know how difficult, I have seen so many leaders in this room. You know how challenging to do a fundraising within like 16 months. But we are really determined on what do we plan to do for the next 16 months. And we have already begun engage in very, very meaningful dialogue with community leaders, experts, academia, and cultural organizations to lay the foundation for a comprehensive plan and a compelling story to make this dream a reality. I haven't seen so many leaders, community and business leaders in this room. Your stories will be the story of the museum. I just cannot thank you enough for being here with us. I have witnessed each one of you. You have dedicated all your life to help the community. And this is the time we work together to bring all our accomplishment, all our culture, and our story into one place that the next generation, they can see it. And I just cannot thank each one of you one by one, but I really want to tell you, Ford Foundation came out the first to support this commission. And also, we want to thank the Asian American Arts Alliance. Is Lisa Gold here with us? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for helping us to go through the process. And of course, Friends of APA Museum, co-founder Handel Lee is here, and also the affiliates here. Handel, would you please stand up? We're really looking forward to work each one of you for the next 16 months. Just for a moment, join me imagine our future museum built alongside monuments and other cultural institutions of greatest that shape our shared American history, like African Museum and hopefully Latino Museum and Women's Museum. And this day will soon become a reality. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. This is once in a generation opportunity. And we just cannot do it alone. We need you to spread the word, to tell all the communities in our country, AAPI community, let them know, we kick off this historical journey, and we need each one of you to join us, and we need all of them to join us. To move the needle forward, we need the full support and engagement of our entire community. I'm deeply honored to do this work with all my fellow commissioners and with each one of you. Let us continue to build this museum together with purpose, with our communities at the heart of every step. Now I want to turn this podium to have our MC, Richard, to make the final remarks. But Richard, thank you. When I talked to Richard about this museum, he said, I'm in. Was his influence, was his influential? Richard, you will bring all the funding to the commission. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Well, as you can tell, don't get in the way of Jay or Chi Ling, right? She's now, I guess, sanctioned all of us, including me, to go out and fundraise for this, which we will do in our own way. We also have another special guest to come and welcome and offer words of congratulations, another member of Congress, Congressman Joe Wilson from South Carolina, the 2nd District there. Please, warm welcome.
And ladies and gentlemen, what an honor to be here, and I appreciate the persistence of Michelle Steele. And so she kept me involved, and then to come and see young Kim as I was coming over, and I'm grateful to be here because I was born with an appreciation of the Asian Pacific community. My father served in Kunming, Chengdu, and Xi'an in China to help liberate the people of China. I'm really grateful. Among the most interesting and fun events I've ever done is to almost on a monthly basis visit Guam. And so I just to see the spirit of the people is just fantastic, and I'm just so honored to be here and wish you all well. And it's just an exciting time as we recognize the contributions of the community, and every year I look forward to other opportunities. I have a significant Filipino-American community. I'm very grateful that I last year had the opportunity to meet with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. And over and over again, I've just had wonderful opportunities to see and really appreciate your contributions to American society and culture. It adds so much, so God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative, so much for your remarks. Now I'd like to welcome a representative from the Library of Congress, our hosts today, and they have a special installation that we all get to learn about today. Please welcome Hannah Soltis.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Library of Congress. You are in the historic, what is known today as the Members Room, but when we opened in 1897, this was actually the House of Representatives reading room. So this is where members of Congress would come over and do their work. Next door, we have our Senate reading room that today is a members-only space. And in there, we have put together a library collections display featuring 3 of our divisions here, the Asian division, the American Folklife Center, and our manuscript division. They have put together collection items. I've heard Patsy Mink's papers are out. I've heard there are Korean student directories out. There are newsletters from World War II on different squadrons that were taking place. I highly encourage you to go over into that space, if not because it's probably your only chance to ever be in that room. And with that, once the reception starts, please do make your way down. It's just around the corner here. And there will be no food and drink in there, just a heads up to you. Thank you.
Well, I'll be very brief. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all and join you all. I was a commissioner, even though does it count? I wasn't sworn in. So. But I was appointed by Speaker McCarthy when I was in the state assembly in California, and then I got elected to Congress. And so there's apparently a rule that I can't serve on the commission as a Congress member. So I'm kind of maybe you'll make me an honorary commissioner from that standpoint. But this is extremely important. I know all the hard work and all the planning that went into this. I know when I was on all the planning stages, finding the date, making sure we were finding the right partners and stakeholders. And so this is an important project. Certainly the recognition of the contributions of the API community to not only our country, but around the world. This is a way to recognize that. And so creating a national museum is a critical step. And so I'm just honored to be part of this process, and hopefully I know you'll give me a lot of work to do as this goes forward. But I just wanted to thank you. As someone told me, I'm the first Chinese American Republican Congress member in the House. I don't know if that's true. We might have to fact check that. We're in the Library of Congress. I probably should ask someone to do that. But I don't consider myself a trailblazer. There's a lot of people that have done tremendous work. But I stand on the shoulders of all those who've come before me to giving me this opportunity to be elected to Congress and to serve the people. And I just look forward to working with all of you. So thank you all, and God bless you all.
Well, as you know, there's one special member that I know you're all waiting to hear from, and that is Congresswoman Grace Meng. She is stuck in a very important markup this afternoon, and we hope that she will be able to join us. We have been counting our lucky stars, so we're still hoping with good faith that she'll be able to make it to this reception as well as this swearing in. As you know, we're honored for her visionary leadership behind the legislation that made this all possible, the commission possible in the House of Representatives. And so we cannot thank her enough, again, for her work, and that's Congresswoman Grace Meng. Please give her a warm round of applause, and thanks for that. We're just about to get to the reception where you get to hang out and have some beverages as well as some snacks in the back, some hors d'oeuvres as well. We thank all of you for being here today, and we cannot thank enough the commissioners as well. And the executive director that is leading all of this, and you've heard her name several times today, we all know she is a true servant leader and a patriot. She gives all hours of her day, 23 only today of the 24. Come on, Crystal, step it up. But Crystal Ka'ai Hetherington, she is one of those individuals that give so much. Please welcome her to the stage, as well as Judith Tiroya, the KPAC Executive Director, who have something special for the commissioners, and I'll let them explain.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm just really honored to get to be here. And on behalf of Congresswoman Grace Meng, we just want to express our gratitude to the commissioners for your service. This is going to be a task for the next 18 months, but we're so excited for the work in your leadership. And on behalf of the Congresswoman, we would like to present you with these certificates of recognition. So if I can have the commissioners come forward.
Okay, first we have Dr. Jay Xu. We have Miss Chiling Tong. Miss Joanne Kwong. Miss Tina Wei Smith. Mr. Dennis Chang. And Mr. Kevin D. Kim. There are many Kevin Kims. Anyway, we are so, again, so thrilled, and I know that Congresswoman Meng really wants to be here, so we are fingers crossed that she might be able to make it, but thank you so much to Judith, the Executive Director of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, for being here to present these certificates of recognition for the Commission service. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations.